Hello Summoners, welcome to Main Deck Masters. Boy, do we have a doozy of a game for you, so grab some tea, grab some popcorn, strap in, and get ready. We got Marshal on the left and Angel on the right. Marshal is playing a green Queen Antraine deck, and Angel is playing a yellow Otherlander deck. Marshal's going to start us off with an Airborne Crag, an interesting choice for a starting Nexus. Let's see what he does with this. He's going to pass it on over to Angel. What Angel decides to do, and he is going to play out a Sweets Elemental Ginger Bloom. This is one of the elementals from EX01, and it's going to draw him a card when it's destroyed at level 2, and he's just going to throw all his cores on it and swing out at Marshal. Marshall's going to take that damage going down to 4. So let's see how Marshal decides to clap back at Angel. See, we've got 2 cores being paid for a Worker Ant-Man. Worker Ant-Man is a good card. It's going to Rampicoid into the Void when it has the Soul Core on it and it attacks. And he's going to be able to attack. And he's going to play himself on multiple cores, paying one of the cores from his Worker Ant-Man to get a core back onto it from the Void. So he's going to be ramping twice this turn, I do believe, when he does attack. If he does attack. And that Airborne Crag is going to make that Worker Ant-Man have an extra 2,000 BP for the turn that it is summoned. So that Worker Ant-Man, what's he going to do here? Going to pay 1, and he is going to be playing, okay, an Ant-Man General. And this Ant-Man General is going to come out and create an Exhausted Insect token. And he's not using the Airborne Crag with the extra power to attack. Probably doesn't want to take like an Angelic Pressure or anything like that. Anyway, Angel is going to play himself out 2 Tin Soldiers. Tin Soldiers is a card that's going to be released as a promo card once False Gods comes out. It's another 0 cost, and when it attacks, it destroys itself. So it combos really well with Blessed Cathedral. Once Blessed Cathedral's out at level 2, those Tin Soldiers, after they attack, and oh my god, we have a cat coming onto the table. I do not have card art for the cat, but I do believe it's on summon, is Ruin the Playing Field. Anyway, we got another World Depths coming out for Marshal. It looks like Angel passed his turn on over to Marshal. He played out another World Depths, and he's going to pass on back. So it looks like they're setting up for a long game, and they are going to just be waiting before they trade blows. I think Angel is probably waiting to get his Blessed Cathedral out, so he can start swinging with those Tin Soldiers, having them destroy themselves, ramping and drawing a core from the Blessed Cathedral. Alright, looks like we have a Topaz Radiance coming out, giving his Ginger Bloom 2,000 BP, and then he's going to draw a card since he does have 3 or more yellow symbols. Topaz Radiance is another card that came out in the EX01, one of the magics that came out. Everybody got a Radiance magic, all the colors, and he's playing the Topaz Radiance in this deck. It looks like he's going to pass on over to Marshal. See what Marshal does now that he's got this Netherworld Depths out. Going to add a core to his Worker Ant-Man so it can ramp him when it attacks. And he's going to play out an Emerald Pincer, a 4-cost 2 reduction that's going to exhaust one of his opponent's spirits when it's summoned. He's going to choose to exhaust the Ginger Bloom, and then the Netherworld Depths is going to proc, drawing him a card because the Depths does not care how they're exhausted, just that they become exhausted. And the Worker Ant-Man's going to ramp him a core, and Angel's going to take it going down to 4. I think the Netherworld Depths with green is a great combo. Just the green stuff exhausting opponent's spirits and being able to draw off of it. And we do see that Blessed Cathedral come down for Angel. So he's going to be ramping and drawing off of that very soon. I think next turn he's gonna wait till next turn, put those 3 cores back on that Blessed Cathedral and start swinging out with his Tin Soldiers so he can ramp and draw. See what Marshal does. He does play the Armature Deity Heracdinus. At level 2 and level 3, during either attack step, his Insectoid and Carapace spirits will have Flash Swift in his hand, so he can swift out any Insectoid and Carapace spirits in his hand while that Heracdinus is at level 2. Anyway, he's going to attack with the Worker Ant-Man and ramp a core. Angel is going to block with his Ginger Bloom, and he's going to draw off the Ginger Bloom and ramp from the Blessed Cathedral. He plays out an Arcana King Charles, and he gets himself another Ginger Bloom off of that Arcana King Charles because he has the Tin Soldiers in play. Very nice play. That Arcana King Charles, in order to play it, you have to have basically only level 0s and level 5s, or level 2s and level 5s. However you want to play it. It has to be very, very strict on the cost of the spirits that you're able to play. But when it hits, it hits. It really does hit. It's going to put that Blessed Cathedral back to level 2. That Sweets Ginger Bloom is going to be at level 2. And he's going to pass on over to Marshal, playing another Netherworld Depths. He's going double depths. That might be scary. Going double depths. I don't know if anybody saw the stream in Ohio where one of the purple players went triple depths and ended up decking himself out. But looks like Marshal, he wants that draw power. He wants those Insectoids and Carapites in his hand, so he can swift them out with that Herrick Dynus. So he's going double depths. Let's see how it works for him. He is going to attack with that Worker Ant-Man, ramp himself another core. Honestly, Worker Ant-Man is a really good card. Just every time it swings, it ramps a core. And it looks like Angel's going to block with the Elemental, and Marshal's going to draw 2, and then the Elemental will die, and Angel will draw 2 and ramp 1. One draw from the Ginger Bloom, and one draw from the Cathedral. The Herrick Dynus is going to come in and swing. Let's see what Angel decides to do. He's going to take the damage, going down to 3. And it looks like Marshal passes on over to Angel. He's got a couple blockers still up. He's got that double Netherworld Depths. So let's see what happens. He is drawing quite a few cards too. And we do see another Arcana King Charles come out, and it does hit a 5-drop. That 5-drop is Viridian Dragon Rider Grun. It's an interesting green card. When it's destroyed by opponent, it's going to ramp 2 cores into the void. It does not require a level, but it does have to be destroyed by opponent, kind of like New Wingard does. So he's going to bring these Tin Soldiers up to level 2. Crazy, the Tin Soldiers at level 2 have 5k power, but they do destroy themselves at the end of battle. Go ahead and swing with one of them. Marshal's going to draw 2 off those depths, getting himself starting off the Bible hand for Marshal. He's going to go ahead and block with his Ant-Man General. And the Ant-Man General will die, and then the Tin Soldier will destroy itself. He will draw a card and ramp a card from the Blessed Cathedral, and he's going in with the other one. He wants that ramp and draw. He definitely wants to keep ramping, keep drawing. Both players have healthy hand sizes. Both players are able to, go in and just keep the pressure going. A Needle Shot coming out for Marshal. It's going to exhaust that Grun. And let's see what LT decides to do. Okay, he has to take... He took the... I guess he decided to take the core off of the Spirit instead of taking it out of his reserve. And then the Charles is coming in, going to attack, and Marshal will draw 2 more cards. He's getting a big hand, but this double depths, let's see what happens to him. He is going to swift out a Mishrantula thanks to that Herrick Dynus. He's not going to be able to force Angel to discard a card because he's not spending the Soul Core. However, it still comes out. Hold on. I don't think Angel should have discarded a card. Yeah, no, I think Angel discarded a card on accident because he did not pay the Soul Core for it. A bit of a misplay by both players. Angel should have definitely checked that it required the Soul Core, and Marshal should have known. So let's see if that changes anything. We do have a burst card coming down for Marshal. Angel also has a burst card set in his burst zone. I'm not sure when he did that. I did miss him playing down the burst card. But that Herrick Dynus is at level 3 with 4 cores on it. Its level 3 ability is going to allow it to ramp cores, so having it at level 3 is definitely important for Marshal for his ramp game plan. And he's just going in with the Worker Ant-Man ramping another core. He's keeping his cores open in his reserve so he can flash out some spirits. And let's see, Angel decides to take it, going to 2. And Marshal's going to attack with the Herrick Dynus, ramping another core, now that it is level 3. And let's see what Angel decides to do. He's not going to block, and he's going to take it going down to 1. And no Swift, no Flash from Marshal. I think he could have flashed out a card and tried to swing in again, but I don't know. He decided not to. Anyway, we have a Dual Eagle coming down for Angel. Probably one of the best promos at level 3. Level 1s cannot block any of the Blessed units. It's just such a good card. It's cost 2. Well, it costs 5, can be reduced down to 2. It only requires 3 cores for its level 3 ability. It's incredibly powerful. Anyway, let's see what else Angel decides to do with his hand, with his board. Let's see, he's paying 3. What's he paying 3 for? For a Wonderland Alice. Okay, the Alice is going to come down at level 3, and it will not die during the attack step. It will just stay on the board, exhausted, with an extra core on it from the Void, which is going to be good. Alice is just such a great card, especially if somebody's trying to play like a Deadly Balance or something. Then we have the Sweets Elemental Ginger Bloom coming back down, another one. Just 0 cost for more reduction. He does have 6 spirits on the board, 5 of which are yellow, plus that Blessed Cathedral. Let's see what he decides to do with this, if he's going to attack or if he's going to pass it back on over to Marshal. It looks like he may be starting an attack with the Dual Eagle. He's considering it. Now he's going to attack with that Alice. Alice is going to trigger, reducing the BP of, it looks like, the Herrick Dynus by 5,000. So the Herrick Dynus should be down to, I think, 2k. At level 3, I do believe it's a 7k. So we are going to, he's going to flash in a Queen Antraine. Okay, he's going to be paying, what, 4 cores? 5 cores? It's 9. It's going to be reduced by 3. He paid 6 cores for that Queen Antraine. And then that Queen Antraine, its on summon, is going to make 2 insect tokens. Those insect tokens are going to come in. And let's see. Oh, Angel flips the Exhaust Nexus, and it's going to kill the. It's going to kill both of the insect tokens. It's going to kill the Herrick Dynus. I do believe it may kill the Worker Ant-Man. That's going to be minus 3k, unless the Ant-Man. Yes, the Ant-Man dies. So because Marshal has 3. No, it doesn't die. It must be a 4k. It must be a 4k because Marshal has 3 Nexus. And that Queen Antraine at level 4 or at level 3 is definitely going to be stronger. Plus that Airborne Crag, giving it the extra 2k. So let's see what Angel decides to do. Is he going to pay the extra? I wonder if he's going to pay the extra. I think that's what he's trying to do right now, is deciding whether or not he wants to pay the extra 2 to activate the other effect. Yes, he does pay the extra 2 to activate the other effect, the main flash effect of Exhaust Nexus, reducing everything by an additional 3k BP. So that's minus 6k BP to the entire board. And the only thing he has left is that Queen Antraine, unfortunately. So with all that work, he's left with just a Queen Antraine. He does flip the Absolute Ice Shield. So Angel will not get the Blessed trigger off of the Dual Eagle. A smart play by Marshal. He could take a bit more damage and have more cores, but he's been ramping so much already. Not allowing Angel to get that Blessed trigger is incredibly important, keeping Angel at 1. He does play an Ant-Man General, bringing down another Insect token exhausted. He's going to replay a Herrick Dynus, or play another Herrick Dynus. This one is going to be at level, it looks like at level 3 with 7k. I do believe he has 3 cores on it. So it's not going to be level 3. It's not going to ramp anything when it attacks, but it is going to be able to give everything flash, swift. Okay, he does set it up to level 3, so he can ramp with it when he swings. Looks like Marshal is counting his cores, trying to decide whether or not what he's able to do with these swift units. And it does look like he does put another burst into the burst zone. So he's going to go ahead and swing with the Ant-Man General. Let's see what Angel decides to do. That Exhaust Nexus was pretty nasty. It really was pretty nasty on the previous turn. So Angel is going to block with the Sweet's Elemental Ginger Bloom. He's going to flash an Ice Shield from his hand, ending the attack step right away. And it looks like the Elemental Ginger Bloom will end up being destroyed from that Worker Ant-Man. Or, I'm sorry, the Ant-Man General. I think they're just discussing BP and everything right now. And Marshall's deciding whether or not he wants to flash. I don't think he's flashing. He's going to let the attack step commence. Or he is flashing. He's flashing another Queen Antraine. All right, all right. I mean, he's creating those insect tokens. He wants himself to have a board on Angel's turn, and the Exhaust Nexus already came out. Angel has very few cores to work with, so that Sweet's Elemental Ginger Bloom will be destroyed, and he will ramp a core, and the turn will pass back on over to Angel. Let's see, we've got a board versus a board. This is a very interesting game so far. Let's see what Angel decides to do with his hand. He has, it looks like, 6 or 7 cards in his hand. Marshall has an entire Bible in his hand, I'm sure, after drawing so many times with that double Netherworld Depths. It looks like Dual Eagle is going to go back to level 3. And what's Angel going to do? Paying 2 for another Arcana King Charles, and it looks like another Sweet's Elemental Ginger Bloom. I know it's hard to see, but it looks like another Sweet's Elemental Ginger Bloom, and it had to go to the trash. And then he plays out the 10 soldiers. Kind of a misplay from Angel. He probably should have played out the 10 soldiers first, so then he would be able to get the Sweet's Elemental Ginger Bloom onto the field. A bit unfortunate on Angel's end, but, you know, sometimes it happens. And then we've got the Arcana Princess Anne coming down. When it's summoning during the turn, when one of his Otherlander spirits are destroyed, he can reduce something by 1000 BP, and then at level 3 it does have Luster. So it looks like he's going to put one of them at level 3. He's going to add another core to one of his Arcana King Charles, and the second Anne is going to go to level 2, I do believe. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8 yellow spirits, and he's going to swing with that Alice and just completely destroy the Herrick Dynus. Just, hey, the Herrick Dynus, minus 8k, it's dead. And Marshall's going to take it and flip an absolute Ice Shield. There is a lot of Herrick Dynus hate going on right now, but that's smart from Angel, because you do not want to have all of the Insectoid and Paraphytoid spirits in Marshall's hand, his huge hand, to have Swift. So he's putting both of his Queen Antraine up to level 3, which is pretty scary for Angel, because at level 3, Queen Antraine's ability reads, when one of his spirits is destroyed, exhaust one of the opponent's spirits. And he has 2 of them on board. Another Worker Ant-Man coming down. Looks like Marshall is counting the rest of his deck because of that double depth, just drawing a lot. So with 2 Queen Antraine down at level 3, he's going to exhaust 4 spirits as soon as one of his spirits dies at any point. So an Ant-Man General coming down, I don't think he has the cores. He does have the cores to create an exhausted insect token, but is he going to be doing that? No, he's not. He's going to be paying the soul core to cast Mushrantula, to summon Mushrantula, and that's going to cause Angel to discard a card. I'm not sure what that is. Is it another Exhaust Nexus? I'm not quite sure. The glare, unfortunately, sorry about that, is right on Angel's discard, so we do not get to see what that card is. And Mushrantula is coming in to attack. Angel's at 1, so he must defend against this, but that's going to cause his spirits to start getting exhausted. Let's see what Angel decides to do. It looks like he's going to guard with that 10 soldiers. Marshall's going to draw 2 more cards. That deck is getting thin. The 10 soldiers will be destroyed, and Angel will ramp another core. And then let's see who he decides to exhaust. So he's going to exhaust the Grun, and he's going to exhaust the Dual Eagle. I'm not sure if did Marshall draw 4 cards? I'm not sure if he should, because they get exhausted at the same time. So those Netherworld Depths should only be triggering once each because they're exhausted at the same time. Anyway, he's going to come in with one of his insect tokens and then flash a core theft. And he's going to target the Alice. Okay. Discarding 3 to target the Alice and remove the cores to the trash from that core theft. Very interesting. Or the purple core theft coming in on this. Let's see what else he decides to do. It looks like he's deciding to flash again. Yes, he's going to flash a Deadly Balance. Oh my god, a core theft into a Deadly Balance. And one of his spirits is going to be destroyed, so it's going to force Angel to have 4 more spirits exhausted, I do believe. The Groon is going to be destroyed, and Angel is going to ramp 2 more cores into his reserve. And then I saw another Deadly Balance. Okay, Angel's going to go ahead and flash on his flash step, the Absolute Ice Shield, ending everything right now. And Marshal's going to flash another Deadly Balance, a second Deadly Balance. And, okay, so we are just destroying things. And I think he missed the Antraine proc on the first Deadly Balance. So we've got 2, 4... So the Charles is getting exhausted, the other Charles is getting exhausted, and then I think Marshal's telling him 2 more need to be exhausted. But I think Marshal's drawing too many cards off of those Netherworld depths, because they get exhausted one at a time. And we've got a 3rd Deadly Balance coming down from Marshal. Oh my god. So one of the Charles is going to be destroyed. He's going to destroy one of his tokens. And wait, the token came. Wait a second. Did he take back the Deadly Balance play? Did he take that back? Because I only see 2 Deadly Balance now. But the Charles is still destroyed. Was there a miscommunication there? Should that Charles still be up? I'm not. It's honestly, it's a little hard to follow this game right now. Anyway, the Wonderland Alice does come back down, a second one at level 3. Angel's going to be coring up his units and swinging in with that Dual Eagle. I think at this point, Angel's just trying to deck Marshal out, which is probably his best bet. The Ice Shield comes out from Marshal to go ahead and end his turn. And he's just going to take the damage. And Blessed will trigger, putting Angel back to 2, so he's in a bit of a better spot, but still not a great one. And I think he should still have that Charles on field. But it's going to go into Marshal's turn, and let's see what Marshal's able to do with that giant hand. I wonder if he's going to be able to take this game from Angel, or if Angel's going to be able to find some sort of miracle play. Alright, let's see what Marshal does. He's going to bring both of those Antraine back up to level 3. And he's got lots of cores in reserve. He's going to be calling out... He's going to be summoning... What is he summoning? Oh, another Queen Antraine. You can see it down in the bottom left under the overlay. And there's going to be 2 more Ant tokens. And 3 level 3 Queen Antraines on board. Oh no. Oh no indeed. And he's just going to be swinging in. He is swinging in with one of those Ant tokens. Alright, Angel goes ahead and takes it, bringing himself back down to 1. And Marshal's going to swing with one of the Queen Antraines. I'm not sure if that's the best choice there, because Angel can block with something, and he was going to block with the Alice, but he's going to go ahead and block with the Anne. And Marshal is going to draw 2 more cards, and Angel's going to ramp 1 and draw 1 more. Hopefully it is what he needs. If it's not what he needs, that might be the end of it. Look at that hand for Marshal. Ooh, that is a giant hand. And Marshal's not in... He is not in a bad spot whatsoever. The only issue with Marshal is he could deck out. He really could deck out. If he decides to keep going with this attack. You see another Heracdinus in his hand. He's got the gas. He has the juice in his hand. Yeah, he's going to keep going with one of those insect tokens. See what Angel decides to do here. Got one card in hand. He does have to block with that Charles, which means Marshal's going to draw the rest of his deck. If Angel can survive this turn, then Marshal is going to lose. And yeah, never mind. It was not what he needed. It was just an angelic pressure, and Marshal's going to take this game wild. Oh my god, what a wild game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out a bunch. Drop a comment down below telling us what you thought of the video. A huge shout out to Kingslayer Cards for sponsoring our channel. Make sure to go to the link in the description and use code MDM2023 at checkout for 5% off when you're purchasing singles. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see y'all in the next video.